kata demo. I'm just letting everyone in. We're here with Leonie and I, and we are ready to rock and roll and show you some of the new kata. So, Leonie, tell us a little bit about it.
Hey guys, Leonie here from Back to Old School. Yeah, so we're very excited about the kata. I've absolutely loved playing with it. So tonight, what's on our menu tonight? We've got a vegetable bake that we're going to be making. We've got some coleslaw. We're making a Pimm's, would you say like it? What is it? Like
Pimm's fruit punch.
Like a punch. We have got a potato bread we're making. What else is on the menu tomorrow?
We've got a lot.
Oh, we're making pickle. Yes, pickle. And I'm making a coleslaw with a mayo. Showing you guys how to make the mayo as well. And how easy it is to make actually, like 5 minutes. And what else have we got over there? Let's just check our menu, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we've got a veggie bake, some pickled cucumber.
That's everything, and the apple tart.
And an apple tart.
Yeah.
So yeah, tonight's menu is kind of a bit of everything. There's some for everyone. It is mostly veggie and fruit based, but that's not to say you can't have these things as an accompaniment to your meat dishes. But here she is. We've got 2 of them tonight, because obviously Leonie and I will both earn them as consultants in this business, which is really fantastic. There is a video I was going to play that kind of gives a brief overview on the kata. But what I'll do is I'll send that out in the follow-up email from tonight and all the recipes. We are recording tonight just for the ones that can't make it, so I hope that's okay with everyone. Feel free to pop comments in the chat box as we go, any questions, any queries, and we'll try our best to answer them for you. So Leonie, how does the kata work in your machine?
Right, so we have this little insert over here. So that goes in your bowl. Okay. So you pop it in your bowl like so, and it sits in there. And then you pop the kata in your bowl like so. All right, over the top of the insert. This sits nicely in there, which means that the bowl stays clean, which is fantastic. So you can, and then depending on what you're doing, so grey is for grate. So this is your grey, and the slate. Have I got it right?
Yep.
Slate is for slicing. Wait a minute, other way around. I need to say the other way around. But yes. So what are we starting off with? So that is how it's depending on which one you do.
Yeah, so just if you can get a little bit closer to the camera there, Leonie. So if you see on one side there, team, you've got a number 1, and that's your slicing. And the way it works is it will either go in reverse or forward spinning to give you the thickness. Turning it over.
You can see the little gaps there, and then this one.
Turning it over, we've got number 2 side, and that's our grating side. So when you purchase your kata, or if you earn one as a qualifying host, you will get a little demo booklet with it that you'll be able to tell the difference with what you're doing. And when you're following a guided recipe, it's quite straightforward. It'll say, look, put it on side 1, and then just turn the dial. You can use your kata in your TM5, but not your TM31. Just when using it in your TM5, you're going to just have to use it manually on that home screen, as there's no modes on that one. So yeah, Leonie takes away on our first dish.
Okay, so first dish, we said vegetable bake, didn't we? So we're going to start with the vegetable bake. So easy to follow. Cookadoo recipe.
So that's the meal planning aspect, is it?
Oh yes, so I'll just explain. Sorry, I should really explain myself. All right, so let's go back. So we're actually going to go right back to my week. So Tamara has very kindly popped it into our tonight's recipe. So we've got it under my week, under the meal planning on Cookadoo. And we have got all these added to our recipes for tonight. And tonight we are making the vegetable bake first. So we'll just tap on that and start cooking. So you can always check all your ingredients before you start. You can even weigh them out if you want to. So you can see how easy the recipe is and how long it's going to take to make it. So preheat the oven tomorrow
Yeah.
to
already done.
200 degrees and set aside
We should.
the baking tray. Next, grease a cast iron dish, approximately 25 centimeters.
So
and set
for that thing,
aside.
I've just got a normal standard casserole dish. If you've been lucky enough to get one of the fairer cast iron dishes from the mix shop, they're beautiful. They're an awesome green color. That would be really good for this dish as well. But if you've got your Temuka pottery or your casserole dish, that'll be absolutely fine.
All right. So next, place a bowl onto the mixing bowl lid, and the ones to weigh it. We're going to weigh it.
So I pre-weighed everything for tonight, but the
Pre-weighed
beauty
it.
of the Thermomix is it actually gets you a bit prepped ahead when you're using the cutter. So it wants you to weigh everything out. And then once you take that bowl off, you're just going to be putting everything pre-weighed in there. So that's great.
Okay. So we have pre-weighed it. 500 grams of potatoes, and then 300 grams of carrots is peeled, trimmed. Okay, so insert the cut. Now we are doing
What does it want?
slicing, as far as I know.
Yeah, so reading the
So insert Thermomix cutter, shaft and basket, then place cutting disc with the side one facing up,
Amazing. So just
which is the slate.
a real quick word of warning. I have seen some of these already blended like the butterfly whisk as well. So just thinking when you have finished with a cutting mode, take the whole bucket out, take that out and double triple check you've done that. So you don't have to go and replace your cutter.
Yes, please. We don't want any replacement cutters. They're very rare at the moment, only as Most Rewards. So, all right. So, insert one. Okay. Place cutter lid into position and insert one potato at a time.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Wide part of the feeder.
we've just got the little baby gems, little diggers, potatoes. And the kind of reference guide to sizing with using the cutter is making sure it either fits through that wider part or the smaller part there. Anything bigger is going to get stuck and you're going to be fighting with your cutter to get that in place. So once you're locked and loaded, all we're going to do is pop a potato in. Okay, that's too big. So chuck a potato in. And we're just going to do what the machine tells us to do.
All right. So, turn selector to thick mode. All right, so it's got a thin and a thick mode here, so you just turn it to thick. All right, here we go. Thick.
So I'd love to know if you've got a cutter already, what are you making with your new accessory for your Thermomix? I mean, we are going to be demoing quite a lot of different vegetables and fruit tonight with the machine. But if it was on your bench right now, what could you imagine making with it?
All right, let's have a look at that, guys. We go on. So that's quite nice and thin, even though it said thick, it's quite nice. It's nice little thickness there, potato. All right, so let's keep going. We've got a lot of potatoes to get through.
So, Lee Honey, before the cutter, how long would it take you to cut up veggies for a veggie
I
bucket?
hate cutting. I'm terrible at it because I always cut myself, and my husband knows. I always cut myself, always break my fingers, always. So cutter's been a real blessing for me, and it's in seconds when normally I'm not a chef like Tamara who can like cut really quickly. Takes me forever. Forever. It's been a real blessing for me.
So we can probably load up a few.
Yeah, I have a few at a time. Okay, let's do it. Go back. That one's thick. Thick mode and go. Like you said, just keep going. Just keep going. Any more? That's it.
Those potatoes down.
Potato done. Have a look. Oh, nice. Look at that, guys. Ooh.
So the thing I really like about these
This is
recipes
really
are
good. It goes like
you can literally sub in, sub out whatever ingredients you have in your fridge. So if you've got some eggplant to use up, some kumara to use up, pumpkin, whatever you want to throw in your veggie bake, it's totally up to you. Yeah, amazing. So just tipping that directly into the casserole dish and I'll line it up for you. Yeah.
You guys see that? Yeah.
So we've just sliced potatoes, and this is on the thicker side. So imagine doing that on the thinner side and making your potato chips from scratch.
It's pretty good.
Veggie crisps in the oven in a matter of seconds.
It's pretty good. All right.
What's next?
Okay. I don't know. Have a look. Transfer sliced potatoes onto the baking tray and set aside. Place cutter lid into position and insert your carrots. All right, so carrots is next.
Cool.
Now, Tamara, do you want to wipe that through or should we just leave that?
I'm gonna bit of potato and starch. That's
I feel excited.
And on the same side again, was it?
I'm just gonna have a look. I think it would be. Yeah.
Cool.
So white part into push it into. Oh, it doesn't say. So it just says leave it in the
Yeah.
same position. So yeah, it must be the same.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, team, you're just gonna get skinny carrots, but you play with it and just see what happens.
Okay, it says thick. So yeah.
That was so cool.
Oh
wow.
Okay, yes. It's a little view, not too close. Can you see it? Oh yeah. Here we go. Let's pop that in.
Perfect. And if you're really pedantic and want to kind of layer them all in between, you could do your different colors, then just pour everything separately into a bowl and then go ahead and layer it and make it beautiful. Now I think the next
Pretty perfect.
The next vegetable it will ask for is courgettes, but I don't have any of those, so I'm going to throw some beetroot in there as well.
Yeah.
Sure. Just again, making sure it's going to be able to fit in your machine. Oh, close. Maybe a bit smaller.
Same position. Insert zucchini or beetroot. Push through. Okay. So back again. All right, let's have a look. Wow, that's pretty good. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I hate cutting beetroot. Look at that. Just by touching it. And for me not to be able to touch it, well, not having to like get it all in my hands. It's so good. Yeah.
Great. And pickled beetroot, if anyone buys that tinned beetroot, oh, just so delicious. Being able to make it yourself and know exactly what's in your food rather than all those preservatives that are in that tin, it's just going to be a life changer. And Leonie, when you're done there, Chip, can you just show us how dirty that bowl is, the actual jug itself?
You mean this one?
No, the one in there.
Oh yeah, very dirty, guys. Extremely dirty. I'm gonna look at that.
So now you could go in and make your sauce or whatever for what you're wanting to do next.
Exactly.
But for us, we're just going
It's I feel like one of the best parts of the cutter.
I love that. Yeah, it's great.
The bowl is so clean.
All the prep's done.
Yeah.
You can do your salad prep for the week. And then
honestly, this is so easy to clean as well.
Yeah, I mean I'm just rinsing this.
Yeah, rinse
I
it.
haven't even scrub or anything. And the beetroot juice just comes straight off.
This is just like a rinse as well. Quick wipe through. It's really easy to clean. So
And just like all your other Thermomix accessories, everything can go in the dishwasher as well. It's great.
another vegetable we have today? Oh no, that's it.
No onion? No.
Oh yeah, it's nice onion. Okay, next one. We'll do an onion. That's a spread over the base. Okay.
All right, so that's just all rinsed off really nicely. Going ahead on the other side. Back on with our lid. And we're ready to rock and roll. Go. There's your onion. Is that red onion? I've got white onion there too. Is that for that one?
I haven't seen the recipe. I actually feel like it would be white because this we need red for coleslaw.
Okay. Good thinking, that.
Yeah, so I think it'd probably be white.
I mean, it wouldn't really matter if you
It
wanted to
wouldn't.
do, but
Wouldn't make a
let's
huge
do it
difference.
properly tonight.
Yeah. Right. So tomorrow, this way, this way.
So it totally
This
depends
way?
on
What
what
do
you
you
need to
think?
do. So because it's slicing this way, if you want to get those
Yeah.
nice rings, probably that way like
Yeah.
that. If you're not really worried and you just want cut onion, you could go down like that as well.
Did you do that?
You can just take off a layer.
Well, there you go. It's into the sheet.
Right, so that should be good to go.
Okay. Right. And we are doing that again. All right. Oh no, this one says thin. Oh, we've got to pay attention.
Onion. So I
Thin
used
onion.
the other day to do the caramelized red onion chutney,
Oh.
and instead of hand slicing all of the onions, just use the cut up for that. So gorgeous.
One thing I really want to try is the French onion soup.
Oh,
Because obviously that has a lot of onion and a lot of slicing, so that would be really nice recipe to try. There's a really good one to do.
that's one.
So we just press the button to stop the color. You haven't noticed me do that? Okay, let's have a look. Thin. Oh wow, it is pretty thin. Look at that, guys. Can you guys see how thin it is? It's pretty thin. About. Oof. Look at that.
I mean, that is, you want to
Pretty.
cry over it because it's.
I feel like I'm gonna cry right now.
I think that's you all pricked up.
Sure. Remove the cutter. So
And the shaft.
With a
So
side.
that does tell you to take that shaft out. So
don't
just make
forget
sure.
your shaft. Evenly arrange your layer of sliced vegetables and chop the onion. Oh, chop on with onion. And alternating season with salt and pepper, and then layer over some Parmesan cheese.
Great.
Continue layering with remaining vegetables and then salt and pepper again. Do you want to make the sauce?
Yeah, so I'll do the sauce on the, I've got another machine. The perks of being a team leader with the business, you normally have more than one machine.
Yes.
So I will leave you in Leonie's capable hands to start the next dish,
Okay.
which I think we were going to get on to the apple tart.
Let's do the apple tart. Ding, ding, ding. I'm just gonna pop out of that one. My week. Tamara, what has been your favorite recipe, a cutter recipe so far that you'd love to make?
Yeah, probably there's a beautiful Moroccan chicken salad dish on there. So you steam your chicken, you cut all your veggies up as well. And I just loved how simple that was. And then also there's Vietnamese spring rolls. So spring rolls, and you cut all your veggies up, so you've got enough for the whole week. And I mean, normally it'd be
That's really nice for lunch too, right?
totally.
Putting it in a lunch box. Yeah, my kids would eat that. What about what was the recipe of the first dish you said with the Moroccan?
It's a Moroccan chicken salad. So you marinate your chicken and steam it on the aroma.
Okay.
You cut up all your veggies inside.
So it's actually called Moroccan chicken salad.
I think, yeah, I'll double check the name of it and I'll put that in the link with the recipes as well.
Okay, so preheat the oven, grease and flour a tart pan.
So if you can just walk them through the recipe for the tart case.
Yeah. Oh, so this is the end bit. Okay.
So with the magic of TV, I've gone ahead and prepped our tart
The
base.
base, yeah.
So Leonie will walk you through how
The
I made
topping.
it.
Oh yeah, so what's happened is place the butter, the flour, the salt, and the vanilla sugar and water into the bowl, and that was mixed together for 20 seconds. It's sweet pour, and then just rolled out the pastry on a lightly floured surface. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Look at that.
What are the ingredients in the pastry there, Leonie?
It's literally butter, flour, salt, vanilla, sugar, and water.
Yeah. So then
So,
all
pretty
I've
good.
done, guys, is just roll that out onto a piece of parchment, or if you've got a thermomat, please use that. Put that into my tart case, press it into all the corners, and then just put it in the fridge to rest, because you want your dough to relax really nicely and kind of form its shape. And that's all ready to go there. And then Leonie's got all her apples already peeled and cored, ready to go. And she's got a brand new clean cutter to show you as well.
Clean cutter. Okay, here we go. So, I will sharp it with a clean bowl. Right. Cutter goes in, and let's have a look at what's I'm assuming that we will be. Are we grating anything tonight?
Yes, I think for the coleslaw.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course we are. We're making coleslaw. All right, so cut 35 ounces of apples. Now, how many grams is that, Tamara? Do you know?
I worked out it's about a kilo.
A kilo.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So you can actually do any apples. So it actually does say here you can do a Granny Smith, a Braeburn, a Pink Lady, a Pippin. So any apples. Okay. So quartered like this, with the pores out. All right. And then I'm just going to have a look. And if we're doing side 1 or 2. Oh, they are sprinkled with sugar.
I've got the sugar ready to go.
Dot with small pieces of unsalted butter.
Right, so that's right at the end. So you're going to have to go back and do all
Oh,
your
yeah,
cutting.
Of course. Where is that bit? Oh, I saw in the top. Wait. I'm a little bit confused. Rolling. Oh, do we have to cut it ourselves? Oh, this is not a cut recipe.
Oh, okay. I've stitched Leonie up here.
Do you notice the apple tart on here?
Yes.
And the cutter recipe.
Yes, I do.
You know
And do you know what? I assumed that I had chosen the right one. So we're actually going to show you the new mode screen on the TM6. So if you've got a TM5 or TM31, you won't know about the mode screen. So Leonie, just slide over to the mode screen. So you can use the cutter in a manual mode rather than in a recipe too.
Yes. So this is actually not a cutter recipe. So we're going to do it manually. So if you go down to the bottom, so we actually want to do slicing. I don't know if you guys can see the slicing there. So right down to the bottom, we've got slicing. Now slicing is our slate. So number 1, all right. So number 1 goes down, right, Tamara? Down or up?
Whatever you want it to do needs to be up facing. So if you're wanting sliced, it needs to be up. If you're wanting grated, it needs to be down.
All right, so it says thick or thin. Now I reckon we need to do it thin, Tamara. What do you think? Or thick?
Yeah, because it will get a bit mushy as well if we go too thin.
All right. All right, let's do it. So where was the bowl of the apple? Wasn't it? Right, so this one.
Yeah, it's not the water.
Okay. So the apples were in here. There's about a kilo of apples that was in here, and it was done within seconds. So I mean that was quite a big bowl. And I think we're done, guys. Right. And that is the manual mode of slicing.
So all Leonie has to do now is just pour those apples into the top tray. And then we're gonna top it with some of that sugar and the cinnamon, with a sprinkle of cinnamon
I think some butter as well.
and some butter, yeah.
Hey, nice. Just check the recipe. So with Jackie just bookmarked it, so we can go back to the recipe. I don't know if you just saw that little bookmark there. So you cut your apples, arrange them in like a fan shape. Well, I just poured mine out. It would be really fancy and make it really pretty looking. In a pattern, and we top with pastry. Now let's say sprinkle with sugar and dot with some butter.
Cool.
Some people with unsalted butter.
Right, and you can put whatever seasonings you want to put on the top. So if you like nutmeg, if you like a bit of cinnamon, if you want to do
Cinnamon, yeah.
cardamom, whatever flavor you want to do,
Yeah.
just going straight on top with that.
All right. Just ready for the next recipe.
Cool. So up next we are doing the potato bread.
Okay.
So who loves having a pizza at home? And how good is all your pizza toppings going to be prepping with the new cutter? So quick.
And how good is the pizza dough on Cookadoo?
Well, I
It is
actually make.
bloody awesome.
Well, it's pretty cool that we can make our pizza dough in there on the dough motor.
Yeah.
We can go in with our marinara sauce.
Yeah.
On the high heat function, and now we can actually cut all of our vegetables and our cheese, grating cheese with your Thermomix cutter. I've actually tried like pepperoni and salami with a cutter. It's okay, but you probably want to freeze it a little bit just to firm it up slightly, because it needs to be quite firm to go through there. All right, Leonie, walking us through that next dish.
So place a dough on the mixing bowl. Once to weigh it again, the potatoes.
Yeah,
So we've already weighed 200 grams of potatoes.
we have.
Take the bowl aside, which we have ready. And then with side one, because we're doing slicing again, based up, we are going to put it in. Potatoes.
Okay, so potatoes are just all here. So we can pull them across. Put them in this little kitchen. It's a busy kitchen. All right, so we've got a veggie bacon, and we've also got our apple tart going in for dessert right now.
Yum, yum. All right. Butter.
So, this one, okay, what was it? That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The sharp salt in, we're just going to cut it in there. Right, and we are going to do slicing. So slip up. So number one. Did the recipe say anything about being peeled or not? It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, you can choose. It's your potato flatbread, so you decide how you want it to be done. It's just one big potato.
Speed 4. Oh, that's a bit different. It's telling us to go speed 4.
So is it a manual recipe? Oh, that might be a 10-5 recipe.
Yeah. So I go to speed 4. Done. We have to do those potatoes.
Yeah, okay, you need all of them.
I'll just go back and do it again. It gave us 15 seconds, so we need a little bit longer. Oh, yeah, once you get it done. Boom. Right, transfer to a bowl, cover with water, and set aside. Oh, wow, look at this. That's so thin. Wow, this would be amazing for potato bake. Look at that. Look how thin those potatoes are. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Oh, and I love a good potato bake. All right. So this just goes in the bowl.
Yeah.
This is my kind of chef thing.
Well,
Like really fun,
yeah,
right?
so it'd be like using a mandolin. So if anyone's used
Wow.
a mandolin before, they'll know how sharp they are and how easy it is to cut and finger some of those. So by being able to get super thin, it's just incredible.
Okay.
And the reason they want you to put it in water is just to get rid of some of that extra starch that's on there.
Mhm. Remove the cutter. And then we start the cheese sauce.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you need for that?
So 70 grams of Gruyere. I never know how to say this cheese, by the way.
Gruyere.
Yeah, Gruyere.
Yeah.
Cut into pieces. Are we going to make it in the bowl? Are we going to
Yeah.
keep the bowl?
Use the bowl. And just making sure you're taking that out so we don't go and blend that
Don't
out.
forget to take the shelf down. All right, so cheese
Really good.
over here. Cut into what should we need? Here. All right, 70 grams. There you go. All right, that's pretty good. Next, it's going to chop it up for us. So tonight, have we got a lid? Thank you. Now we chop the cheese for us. Okay. Let's transfer into a bowl. All right, so what bowl can we use?
That was
This one. Okay, have we got a spatula?
Yeah. Not that one. So is that our cheese that we just grated?
Yeah, that's that cheese.
So quick.
2 garlic cloves. We've
Yep.
got them here. Nice. Have you guys got any questions for us about the cutter? We'd love to know. Pop it on the chat
box. We can
chat box, and Tamara can answer it for you. All right, so we're going to pop the garlic in here. 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary leaves.
I've just got dried rosemary at the moment.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So another thing about being able to sub, your recipe on Tokido, just do what you can.
Yeah.
If something's not available, sub it out for something else. If you don't like an ingredient, sub it out for something else as well.
It's so good. You don't need to be a creative cook to mix. You just take what you have. A lot of times when I don't have something, I just look at what I have. And most of the time, the recipe turns out fantastic. So we don't have to stress that you don't exactly have the right thing on the recipe. just chop the garlic and rosemary. Scrape down the sides. This is and then with some olive oil.
Yeah. The apple tart is smelling gorgeous. I'm so excited for it.
Especially at autumn time, I always think autumn time, I love a good tart. Hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe that's like the American in me. You know, like autumn season, apple time, apple time. All right, olive oil. Don't forget to tear. 30 grams of olive oil. Perfect. Oh, love the scales. One of my favorite functions in the Thermomix. All right, so pop on the lid, and then we want to simmering baskets because we're going to cook it now. We've got a simmering basket tomorrow.
We do. So this is another one of the accessories that you get with your Thermomix when you purchase. We love to use ours for cooking rice. So we actually steam our rice in our simmering basket in the machine. And it's a really, really healthy way to cook rice. All that starch in the rice actually goes into the water at the bottom of the machine instead of staying in your rice, so lowering that GI content as well.
So we have now just popped it on to cook at 3 minutes at 120 degrees. So that's going to cook away. For those when we go. We're going to saute it.
So Leonie, how do you get a cutter at the moment?
At the moment, the only way you can get a cutter is by hosting a demo. So all you need to do, it can be a virtual demo as well. So there's 2 options. You just need to get 2 people to come along to your demo or to jump online with you. And yeah, that is basically how you get a cutter. That gives you a discounted rate to buy the cutter. If one of your guests wants to buy a machine, the cutter is free. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal. What do you think, Tamara?
I think it's amazing. And another way you can get a cutter is if you come on board as a consultant.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way.
You
is
do
join
so.
our team. We're
You do
pretty
so.
cool, guys.
Yeah,
We're pretty
I
cool.
mean, look at us. I'm comfortable with it. But you can be a consultant from anywhere in New Zealand, and you can operate virtually or in person. The cool thing about jumping on as a consultant is actually you can earn your machine for free.
Yeah.
So you come on, you get trained up, you get 60 days. If you can do 6 machines in 60 days, you end up getting your Thermomix for free, which is fantastic. Even if you sell 1 machine, you're going to get it cheaper as well. So why not give it a go and try and do that? If you manage to sell 3 Thermomixes in your 60 days at the moment, you will get the blade cover peeler and the cutter once you hit that 3 sale mark in your 60 days. So very, very, very cool. How long is that?
Very exciting.
1 minute. Yeah, so Leonie, what made you join as a consultant? We haven't even introduced ourselves. We've kind of just gone with the flow today.
Yeah. My story is I want to be self-sustainable, so I want to be able to grow my own veggies, make my own food, know what goes inside. I have 3 small children, so what goes in here has become a lot more important to me than what it used to. Also all about cost saving for me. So there were so many appeals about Thermomix. And yeah, being able to make my own things was a really important thing. So that is why I joined. Obviously love it so much that I decided to join the team and have not regretted it. I really loved everything about it. There are so many wonderful people you get to meet along the way, and heaps of incentives you get every month. By becoming a consultant, there's always something free you are getting that is awesome. So I am not complaining at all. So you all should join our team, guys. Join our team.
And if you have ever thought about leadership, we've always got room to grow in this business. So right now for me, I'm the team leader. It covers all the way up to Warkworth
Best team leader.
to the Harbour Bridge, and it is a massive, massive area, and I would love some extra help. So if you want to move into a leadership role, now's the time to speak up and get in touch with us or your consultant.
Absolutely.
All right, that's finished up there.
And the training is pretty easy at tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's not hard or complicated. You don't need a degree or anything. It's very basic training.
Yeah. You don't
And
need to be a salesperson because
Not
not
at all.
guys, I'm a chef and
I'm not a salesperson whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
so if we can do it, I'm pretty sure you can do it. too.
Yes, pretty sure.
All right, what's next?
So it says transfer to a bowl and set
So that must
aside.
be, is that with that or not?
No,
No, just say that's okay.
Yeah, just say transfer to a bowl.
So what
You know
we've
what?
done in there is we've actually heated up the oil
Yeah, we sauteed it.
with the garlic and the rosemary. So the
Right.
smells that are going on in this kitchen at the moment is just incredible.
Yeah,
So I
this is
think,
one of my favorite smells, rosemary and garlic together.
yeah, delicious. If we take that bowl off,
Mhm.
I think the recipe will get us to follow into making the actual dough for the bread, but we've already skipped ahead a little bit. So Leonie, if you want to run us through the steps that we would go through.
Yes, so if you want to cheat and you know you've done it, this is a little tip for if you already have a Thermomix. I only found this out like way after I bought a Thermomix, okay? Those 3 little dots over there is little shortcuts. So your shortcuts to scales, shortcuts to a preview, cancel recipe or recipe detail. So you can actually go recipe detail and skip the whole dough bit, just making the bread, and go to the next bit, which is sprinkle your flatbreads with reserved cheese, grated, and then distribute. Sprinkle the flatbread. You can
Yeah.
cook them, which tomorrow's already done. And then sprinkle it over, and then with your coarse salt flakes, you can bake in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 200 degrees. But let's go back.
Let's pretend to make the dough.
Let's pretend to make the dough. Just another thing we can go back in. So we've already cut it. We've done all the starting, and now we want to make the dough. Just trying to find it. Oh, here we go. Place water, mixing bowl, preheat oven. Okay, so it says place water in the mixing bowl.
And how much water is that?
So preheat oven, 2 baking trays, 200 grams of water,
Yeah.
20 grams of olive oil, and then that goes into the mixing bowl, and it's going to heat it up 37 degrees for 2 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Next thing is 250 grams of flour, just plain flour, half teaspoon of salt, and that then goes into the bowl, and that is going to be kneaded in the bowl. Kneading. Only 1 minute and 20 minutes, guys. Normally it takes about 12 minutes or more. All right, so that's pretty good. Tip out into lightly floured soups area and divide into balls. Using a rolling pin, roll each ball into a long oval flatbread, approximately 40 centimeters by 17, and then place 1 on each tray, which we have done. Crack the surface of both flatbreads with a fork and then bake for 5 minutes at 200 degrees, and that's what we have done. All right, and then we've sprinkled it down with the cheese and
Potatoes.
what else is there? Oh, the potatoes, of course.
So the
Sliced
really-
potatoes,
Really thin potatoes we've done.
really nicely thin with cheese, overlapping them, and then brush them with some reserved oil.
So these are going to smell gorgeous. But you can put prosciutto on here, do salmon and cream cheese, whatever flavor you want.
Ooh, salmon cream
If you like potatoes, maybe just some anchovies on there, capers, whatever you want, team. This is your pizza.
You could even do like tomatoes with basil.
Yeah.
You just go
All of
crazy with it. Wow.
It's a really nice sort of I want to say panini as well. So if you pre-made all your doughs and then
Lunch.
cut them up for lunch, we're all about doing stuff and saving time. So why not get lunch and dinner out of this
I
recipe?
don't know. I'm all about lunchbox at the moment, or what to take my husband for lunch, what to take my kids for school lunches. So I'm constantly thinking about lunches. So this is a great little thing to put in the lunchbox. All right.
All right, so just a little bit more of the rosemary oil, and then I'll sprinkle with some flaky salt, and then we'll be going into the oven to finish cooking. And then Leanne's going to take us through the coleslaw.
Oh, yeah, also.
So at the moment you can make coleslaw in your Thermomix, but with the addition of the cutter, we're able to get those really nice long strands of cabbage. Before it would just be kind of chunky, like a chunky coleslaw, but now you can make it look really, really gorgeous. All right, do you need a bowl?
Need a bowl. Have we done our weighing? Because let's say put a place. Okay, cool. So we've done
So-
on the bowl. So 200 grams of white cabbage. All right, so we'll weigh that in. And then 60 grams of red onion.
But you're going to double this recipe as well.
All right, we're going to double it. So 120 of red onion. 100 grams of carrot, trimmed and peeled. But I'm sure ours just trimmed. Did you peel it?
Yeah, I peeled it.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't normally do that.
The good thing with all these recipes with the cutter is that you're going to have a little bit of offcuts of onion, a little bit of offcuts of carrot, and that's where this beauty comes in. Now, this was just a host reward, not a host reward, a gift with purchase when you bought your Thermomix, but you can still go and purchase these on the Mix Shop. They're a really cool way to save waste in the kitchen. We've had consultants put avocados in here with the skin cut, and they've lasted for over a week. So really good addition to minimize food waste. You can do all your meal prep in here, use it as a lunchbox, whatever you want to do, marinate your meat. And there are bigger sizes of this coming to the Mix Shop very soon. So go check these out on the Mix Shop.
My tomatoes are going on for a week and a half in the guys. And they're so amazing. So I just left them and I want to see how long they last. Mara,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something.
Do we know what? It's not a gift with purchase currently.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you buy your Thermomix at the moment, you're going to get the machine, 2 years warranty. You'll get the basic cookbook, 6 months of cookie dough added. You'll get a beautiful consultant. You know, Leanne's here if you want her to look after you. She's based out in Albany, but she can operate virtually as well.
Anywhere. So we've got the charcuterie. We're going to start making this coleslaw. All right, so one facing up. So we're going to slice. All right.
Oh gosh, the apple tart is nearly ready. And I'm not going to
Into cabbage wedges. All right,
I'm just going to show you guys now while it's hot. Get that cinnamon in here.
Wow.
This with a
Wow.
whole lot of vanilla ice cream done in your Thermomix.
Oh, yes.
Or custard.
Yeah.
Look, so I'm going to let that cool down while we keep going.
Tomorrow we can make custard.
We can make custard in it. I think we're going to be cooking all night, guys.
And eating all
And
right. Okay, place the lid into position and insert cabbage wedges. All right. So that was the first thing. Yeah. And then a bowl for everything to go in. All right, so a booch. We got a bowl tomorrow where we can put
the slaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna put them in here. Just gonna put them up a little bit. It's a little bit big, so we'll just make it a little bit smaller. Just break them up as you go. All right, next. All right, so it's gonna do speed forward for 30 seconds.
While Leanne's doing that, in our veggie bake from earlier, we had to put a bit of vegetable stock paste in there, and this is our liquid gold. So while you're keeping all your offcuts of your veggies from making all of these beautiful things with your cutter, keep them in a snaplock bag in the freezer. And once you get enough, make it back to veggie stock paste, and it's going to be amazing in all your dishes.
Yeah.
It's a massive flavor boost.
You can even freeze some veggies if you wanted to. And then make a stock paste I've just done some of that as well. Keep some veggies for the freezer for my stock page. So I'm still going to the package now. Speed 4. Breaking up the cabbage. There we go. All right. Transfer into a salad bowl. Stirring to separate slices.
Oh wow,
That's
that's
good.
gorgeous.
So there you go. You can see that.
So what else are you guys excited to be making with your cutter? There's so many endless opportunities with what you can be making. I reckon like poke bowls, all of those butter
Ooh.
bowls.
I've just made the chicken Chinese butter bowl.
Oh,
gosh,
yum.
it is delicious. And the sauce with it is that's a coriander like garlic sauce. It's delicious. So good. My husband is great with that. That's really, really yummy.
Your husband always helps when you're doing it in a mix.
Happy wife, happy life. But happy husband is good. Place cutter basket back on shaft by 1, facing up, and then onion halves vertically up. All right. This way, so vertically, this way. All right. Next. So back to speed 4 for 30 seconds. Actually, that wasn't 30 seconds, that was only 10. Oh, nice.
Wow, that is like paper thin. Imagine like radishes and stuff like that. Done it, you know, it's gorgeous.
If you really wanted to, you can get it all in the bowl, but when it gets too full, you can just kind of unload it into the bucket. Right, next. Oh, so we're changing to side 2. So we're going to do some grating. So now we can see what's on the other side. Oh, look at that, guys. So some of the veggies does get stuck a little bit, but it just comes out really quickly. So we'll just take that out because those little chunky bits. Oh, that onion is big. All right.
Yeah, so we'll keep this to the side and put that in our vegetable stock for later. And just rinse that bowl out.
Side 2 up for grating, and then place the cutlet in here. We're going to be doing the carrots now. Grating carrots. Now we can see what the grating looks like.
Yeah, so what have you been using the grater for so far?
Cheese.
Cheese?
Cheese. We are big cheese eaters in our family. A lot of cheese. I've also done the carrot. I love grating carrot.
Potato, quite cool.
I haven't done potato
If you like roasties or hash browns, using your grater for all of that.
Okay, speed 4. It's popping it straight in there.
What Leanne's going to do is make our beautiful cooked mayo in the Thermomix as well. So it tastes just like that Best Foods mayo you buy at the supermarket, but better because you know exactly what's in it.
Only 4 ingredients, takes 5 minutes. So easy and so yum. All right, so that was 18 seconds, and all our carrot is grated.
So that's super thin, like angel hair thin.
Really thin.
So and
Amazing.
your potatoes done like that for your roasties. You guys are gonna be laughing.
This is so good for saving time. I'm just thinking I've got 3 small kids.
Yeah.
That time of the day when it gets absolutely crazy between 5 and 7. This is so good, so easy, so quick, makes life so much easier. All right. Now apple wedges is going in. All right, stir for again. You can leave the skin on for this one. Not like the apple tart, so we grate those.
Yep. Is it on?
Yeah, looks like it. Come on. Okay, so before. It's 13 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Beautifully grated for that. And that's done. All right, pop that in there.
Put 2 eggs you're gonna need.
Yes, 2 eggs for the mayo.
How scary is having no eggs at the supermarket? There are a lot of different ways you can sub out egg in recipes. So adding an extra banana, using flaxseed. There are some egg replacers as well. So in times of stress with no eggs, just see what else is possible as well.
That is looking pretty good.
Yeah,
We can mix that all up
cool.
and then add our mayo, which we're going to make now. All right, so mayo recipe. We are placing a jug. Now, Tamara, a little tip.
Yeah.
When you are adding the oil or the vinegar, I'm just trying to think, is to add it with like a jug with a fin.
For vinegar. Or oil.
It's the last step.
But the way your jug is designed, let me find a lid.
Okay.
Is
Oh yeah, so we have to weigh in the oil.
yeah, so you've got with your measuring cup on your TM5, you've got a little spout, so that acts really nicely to pour.
Oh yeah,
And
true, look at it.
the way that that's actually designed, it's got a little gap. So when you are making your mayonnaises and your emulsions, your dressings, just from having the lid straight on top and pouring the oil directly on there, it's got enough space to just dribble slowly into there. So you need, is that already laid?
No, we just need a little bowl. I like pouring from here, otherwise everything's too greasy.
Cool, and just weighing on our Thermomix, so you don't necessarily have to weigh into your machine.
Yeah.
You can weigh on top of your machine.
Yeah.
You can take the jug out and you can put a snap-lock bag and weigh onto the actual base of the machine too. So really, really versatile.
So we've got 300 grams of oil. I've got some rice bran oil here today. I prefer rice bran oil. Oh my gosh, I think we just
You know that.
274. We've got some more rice bran oil.
You can chop it up.
Yeah. I just find olive oil makes it a little bit thick.
Yeah, but you can always add a little bit of water. So once
You don't need a lot. So.
No. Once you've thickened your mayonnaise, the way to thin it down is just by adding a little bit of water gradually. But at the very end, make sure it gets nice and emulsified before you try and thin it out, because it will just split.
Very good tip there tomorrow. All right, next, set the jug aside. We're just going to pop that off there. Sorry, we're busy cleaning up. All right, so teaspoon of salt.
So the traditional way of making a mayonnaise, you'd have to have a little bowl, and then have your egg yolk and your mustard and your vinegar, and just keep mixing that very, very slowly. Quickly. And once it's kind of thickened up a little bit, then what you're going to do is have your oil up to the side, and you normally have to have a tea towel or something underneath your bowl so that you can be whisking and then slowly pouring in your oil. The benefit with having the Thermomix is that it's just all contained, it's all nice and safe. It's been triple tested, so you know just by following the steps, you're going to get that perfect result at the end as well.
All right, so we've got our vinegar, 30 grams of white vinegar. And now we are going to cook the salt and the vinegar. So we need a simmering basket. So 3 minutes, 100 degrees. Yeah, you get worried and it makes it's just the salt, right? As it's trending. The first time it happens to me, I'm like, what's going on? But no, that's okay. Okay. So it makes a funny screeching noise.
Well, we've got a bit of downtime.
Yeah.
What's been your most wow dish you've made with your Thermomix worker? Or something you've just been like, there is no way I've just spent normal amount of time making that dish from scratch.
I feel like that's all the dishes. I'm not a chef. I haven't actually been much of a cook before Thermomix. So my husband was like, why haven't we got this years ago? I feel like everything when I'm trying it for the first time is like, wow. Just be able to make butter chicken from scratch and it tastes 10 times better than the restaurant is pretty amazing. Being able to knead and make my own breads, make my own pizza doughs. I mean, I can't think of any bad things. All these benefits to me.
I mean, guys, we've just been able to really rustle up so many dishes in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So there is our potato and rosemary and garlic flatbread.
Oh gosh, it smells so good.
So I mean, mainly I don't know what you guys are having for lunch, but
Wow.
this is what we're having.
Yeah. But for me, I'm just being able to make the things that yeah.
And I think, like, I mean, I don't have any children yet, but when I do, I would love to know that all the things that I am making for them, like, is all additive free, like, really healthy and beneficial for them. Like, half of the stuff that we buy from the supermarket, you know, your jars of pasta sauce or pizza sauce, and it's just preservative and number and color and all of this stuff. Like, just to be able to make everything from scratch.
It's pretty good. Like, I love the tandoori paste. It's so good. And there's so many amazing sauces, and you can make anything. Something I found the other day, I was making tacos, and there's a taco seasoning recipe.
Oh.
I'm like, hello.
All of those interesting.
You normally get it in like packets. Everything's in packets in the supermarket or in some kind of plastic thing. I have no idea what's inside of it. No idea. But obviously it has to stay on the shelf for a while. So who knows what they've added to it. So just being able to make things and from scratch and know what's inside, know what I'm feeding my kids. It's so great. So there's so many benefits for me.
So pop in the chat box, maybe what was your reason for getting a Thermomix? Did you manage to twist hubby's arm? Was it for a health reason? Were you wanting to save a bit of time? Did you need a bit of inspiration in the kitchen?
Cost saving?
Yeah. What was your reason?
Yeah. There's so many reasons to me. Tick, tick, tick. It ticks all the boxes. So in a small bowl, crack 2 eggs and set them aside. So we've got them over here. 2 eggs. Now this mayo is pretty amazing. It stays in the fridge for quite a while. How long does it last, Tamara?
I mean, it depends how fast you eat it, really. When we make it, we probably end up using it within 2 weeks. But you know, keeping it in your
That's
food
true.
savers,
Actually, we use it a lot too.
keep it in your food savers, lasts for up to a month or even longer.
So I just kind of let it drip in like that. So turn the speed to 3. And then I just kind of let the egg go in slowly. Just let it mix in. 1 egg at a time. So we've got 20 seconds to put both eggs in here.
You know, and it's quite easy to change the flavor of this mayo once you've made it. So if you want to make it aioli, you just chuck some garlic in there at the end. You'd like to do a curried mayo, or
You could do mustard.
mustard mayo.
lemon. I love lemon mayo as well.
Yeah, especially with fish. Gorgeous.
Very versatile recipe. Add reserved eggs to the whole. I've pre-done it. Oh, that said meanwhile. Okay. Insert measuring cup. Nice. So measuring cup over here. Turn speed to 6, and then we go to the meanwhile. Don't forget to go to the meanwhile. Sometimes forget to go to the meanwhile because I already know the recipe. All right, so turn to meanwhile. Very slowly pour reserve rapeseed oil into mixing bowl lid, letting it trickle down to the mixing bowl to emulsify. So like this. Slowly in there, and it will automatically trickle down into the bowl. You can hear it like and when you make an ice cream or smoothie, you can actually very change. With soup, you can make a lot of soup with all the frozen strong weather. I made courgette soup, zucchini soup for the first time. A couple of nights ago when it was crazy weather outside, I made a ciabatta bread with zucchini soup because I had loads of zucchini.
Yeah.
And man, it is a yummy recipe. It is absolutely delicious. Highly recommend you guys try that one out. Very slowly pour reserve. I think that's the next one, isn't it? Is that oil? Do you think I should do a little bit more oil? It's still got a little bit of oil on the top of it.
Do another bleed.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
So is it a manual mode?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a-
Have a look. We'll have a look.
Sorry.
That's all right. I should have warned you actually. I'm putting it on. Right. Oh, it looks perfect.
Gorgeous. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
what
really
we'll
good.
do
Wow.
is we'll just
Smells
show
good.
you. Take that one away. Make sure you guys are always scooping up the lid as well. There's a lot of product on that. And I just get Leonie to push everything down and she can show you how thick and gorgeous that is. So if anyone's a fan of that Kewpie mayo that you get in the bottle as well, there is a recipe on Cookie Doo for Japanese Kewpie mayo.
Look at that, guys. That looks pretty amazing. Yummy, yummy.
Well done. So we're gonna pour a couple of tablespoons
Yeah, how
worth
much?
into that. About 4, so just go 4 dollops.
Okay.
Oh no, this is a double recipe, so go 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Just from the.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys see? I'm covering it.
And that thickens up even more in the fridge as well. And the good thing is you've cooked out the egg yolk, so it's nice and safe and pasteurized. Cool. And then I'll take the rest. So now we've got extra mayo in the fridge for whatever we want. If we want to make a chicken mayo for sandwiches, or just have mayonnaise, it's all ready to go.
I love mayo, so for me, I would just chuck all of that mayo in here. I don't like anything dry. So I just love lots of saucy things.
Great, and now our next recipe that Leonie's going to crack onto it for us is our fruit punch.
Look at that, guys. Yeah. And you can add anything, like if you want to add some cranberries in here, or if you want to add some ham or bacon, go for it. That can make a nice lunch for tomorrow as well. If you've got any leftovers. See. All right.
Perfect. How's it taste?
Pretty good. All right. I'm just gonna give the screen a bit of white. Got a little bit of oil on it.
Good. Trusty baby wipes, your best friend.
Yes.
Get rid of all those things.
What? Best friend for anything. All right. I'm stuck. Oops. Okay, so we are now making our pickle, is that right? Or we're making a punch?
Fruit punch.
A punch, okay.
And it should just be a half recipe.
So we got rid of the one so no one can see. All right. Oh, Tamara, this is your imported version.
Yeah, so another thing if you haven't tried already, team, is the imported recipes or the created recipe. So actually taking a recipe of your own and making it work with your Thermomix to really personalize it and make it for you. So all I've done is found a recipe on Cookie Dough and edited it to make it smaller. So instead of a full batch, we've just made it half. So you're able to scale your recipes through Cookie Dough as well.
Now, Tamara, do you have to do this on a computer or can you do it on your phone?
You can do it straight off your phone, and you can import recipes from Recipe Community as well. So that's another platform. If 86,000 recipes on Cookie Dough isn't enough for you, shoot on over to recipecommunity.com.au and
Pretty amazing what you can get on the Recipe Community. As
that's
well.
the thing, like anyone that's owned a Thermomix has made a recipe and put it up there for you guys to enjoy as well.
Pretty good. Have you already weighed all of this?
Pre-weighed.
Okay, cool. So we have got some strawberries. We have got Pimm's, vodka, cucumber, orange, lime, and apple. Place in the refrigerator to macerate for a minimum of 2 hours or overnight. Obviously, tomorrow's already done it. Meanwhile, proceed with the recipe.
So this is another one that we're kind of jimmying to add in the cutter to make our life easier. So what we'll do is before Leonie gets stuck into all of the wet ingredients, we'll go in and we'll load our cutter up and we'll go back onto that manual screen again. So you'll see that again, and we're just going to use the slicing mode and we'll cut everything on thick. So you can do your lemons and your oranges and stuff in there. You just need to have a bit of patience. Preload it before you go and turn it on, and just making sure they fit in there as well. So we can put our cut lemons and oranges in the bowl. Now some of these recipe ingredients I couldn't quite get at the supermarket, so we're missing out on the kaffir lime and the actual lime. So I've subbed in a lemon in replacement of that. And then we've just held a whole punnet of strawberries, and we've got our cucumber there. So we'll be slicing cucumbers and strawberries and ginger to pop into our machine. So do the ginger on a thin slice, and then we'll do the cucumbers.
So we're doing manual, right?
Correct, manual mode.
Manual mode. Down the bottom, slicing, and we're going to go thin for the ginger. All right. All right.
So Pimm's is quite an old-fashioned drink, and I actually made this cocktail the other week at another demo, and I really liked it. Yeah, that's gorgeous. So you could do your garlic shavings in there, and then have that all stored, ready to go for paste. But just have ginger. That with the sushi would be fantastic. Or just in a nice lemon and honey and ginger drink as well. Thank you.
All right, so now we can do. Oh, actually, let's do the cucumber. Should we do thin or thick? Thick.
Let's do thick for that. Okay. And would you want? We can quickly chop it in half. So you've got half moons.
Yeah.
If I sort my stuff out really quickly.
I have actually cut some cucumber in the cutter, and it's pretty amazing how thin it actually makes the cucumber.
Did you
Pretty
want to
impressive.
try one thick and one thin?
Yeah, we could do that.
Because the next
And the
recipe-
radishes is pretty thin as well.
The next recipe, oh, do it all thin actually, because the next
All thin?
recipe will do it thick for the pickle.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you guys get your cutter, you're going to find that you will grate and cut everything you can get your hands on. Currently our freezer is fully stocked with sliced veggies.
Right.
The fridge is full of sliced and grated everything. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Yeah, I think
How thin that
definitely
is.
that's like paper.
Yeah.
So cucumbers all done. But yeah, I haven't been to the supermarket really, other than today for about 2 weeks because we're just surviving. So that's really good.
Pretty good. Do you want to thick or strawberries?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, just preload it and turn off. Okay. So just pulled out the second, what do you call it? Potato thing, potato flatbread. And our vegetable bake is looking absolutely gorgeous. So that's finished now as well. I'm going to leave that to cool.
Wow.
So just having that as a backup in the freezer, cut into little portions for when you can't really be bothered doing it. It's fantastic.
Mommy, look at those strawberries. That's pretty good. I might just eat it out more. No.
Right. So cocktails and stuff like that with your fresh strawberries in there. Even if you want to take your ice cubes a step further and just pop a little piece of frozen fruit in each one, all possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Got some ice here.
Oh yeah, keep going.
What's up? No,
I'll
go.
talk later.
I don't know what I'm going to say.
No, we don't. I want to talk something completely different.
Oh, okay. So I think we've finished cutting here. So if you wanted to go ahead and put some apples in your punch, some pears, some blueberries, whatever you want to do, you just keep going ahead on that manual mode. But we're finished on that. So what we'll do is get rid of the cutter completely. And Leanne,
That's the recipe.
go back to the recipe. I don't think we're actually mixing things, but oh no, we are.
Oh, yeah. Can you send me this recipe?
Yeah, of course. So just a reminder, all the recipes from tonight, guys, I'll be sending a follow-up thank you email for jumping on tonight, and you will get a link to all these recipes too.
All right, sugar and pepper lime leaves into mixing bowls.
So let's do sugar. How much do you need?
And mull for 10 seconds. So we need, you can say, oh, wait a minute. 40 grams.
40 grams. Are you watching? I'm not. Who's been making their own pantry staples in their Thermomix? I mean, I don't buy.
Oh, stop. Too much, sorry.
How much? How much? Oh,
We're on
it'll be on the
50.
base meter. It'll be
Yeah, it's fine.
cool.
Yeah.
Like making your own icing sugar, making your own brown sugar, condensed milk. We talked about the spice mixes earlier. But yeah, just being able to do so much more in your machine.
So we're milling 10 seconds and 15.
So Leanne and I are going to have a full punch bowl all to ourselves. I probably should have called it this recipe, but you know, it's what day are we? Thursday. It'll be fun. I just saw Melanie's comment about making the stock paste, and such a great idea. I went and got some fruit and veggies for today's demo, and just saw the price of stock. And you know, you're going to need stock more than once in your life. So just from having a big batch of that stock paste made, oh, such a game changer. And the flavor.
Okay.
Great, so that's our icing sugar done.
So do we take it out? Let's have a look.
I think you add the pins into it.
Okay. Next step is to add water, ginger, and heat. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 100 degrees at big one. So add water, ginger, and heat. No, okay.
We've added the ginger into the
I
bowl.
was gonna say.
And let's pretend we didn't do that. All right, water is going in. Are you watching?
No, wait, let's have a look. 2 minutes. Okay. Yep, 250, go for it.
I'm going to mix it.
Okay. No, keep going. Okay, on 200. It's a bit slower. 220, 35. Okay, stop. 50. All right. So fresh ginger peels. We've had this one first. Got it already. I think we'll just take it out again. I don't mind digging.
I think it's well scattered.
Oh, there it is. On one section.
Digging for ginger.
There you go. I've got the ginger again. Never too late. You can always fix a recipe. In the Thermomix anyway. All right. So next step.
So we're going to make a ginger syrup right now. So it would have a bit of kaffir lime in there as well, but you could add some mint in there, some other herbs, lemon verbena, all of that thyme. Thyme would be really lovely. Or rosemary, whatever you want to add, and then just strain that into our cocktail.
Yeah, my basil and thyme is going crazy on my veggie garden. Definitely, to save some money, guys, get you guys a thyme and basil plant because the humidity is really helping it grow. Save extra money as well.
So what I'll do is I'll just start putting a few things in front of you that we can make tonight.
Yes, please. Can I start eating? Hungry. Smells so good. So the next step is a nut milk bag or fine mesh sheet.
I reckon.
And strain
keep the ginger bits in there because that adds a little bit more.
Yeah,
You happy with ginger?
I love ginger.
Awesome. That makes my life easy. So there's one of our beautiful potato flatbreads. We've got our coleslaw in there. I'm going to bring over our apple tart, and I realized I've got a bit of extra cream in the shop, so that's ready. We've also got our vegetable bake, which is quite juicy. So I think that'll firm up once it sits and cools down. All that liquid will just absorb. And then we're going to have our beautiful fruit punch. And we'll finish off with a quick cucumber pickle. So lots happening.
That doesn't so great for like homemade hamburgers and
Well, you can pretty much pickle anything.
cauliflower.
And we're doing cucumber tonight. Even pickled raisins are quite yum. That just mixed with the chicken parfait or something on the side. Getting a bit fancy here, but then you've got your sauerkraut and your kimchi and all of that sort of fermented stuff. So not having to hand slice a whole lot of cabbage to do sauerkraut would just be be a delight.
And talk about fermenting. I have just realized I've just started making my own yogurt in the machine and how much money you save by making your own yogurt. Yogurt is so expensive. And there's so many different recipes you can choose from. Like for my kids' lunch boxes. You can get little sachets and make your own yogurt in there.
Well, like
So
those chocolate yogurts, you know, the little kids' chocolate yogurts, you can make those with a varoma as well.
That's good, honestly. You save so much money by making your own yogurt. All right. And you also know what goes inside. So using that milk, we are going to steep.
But we're just going to go straight through it.
Yeah. Punch bowl and so that's it. Punch it, fruit mixture to punch bowl and stir. Got to combine. Just before serving, place ice into the mixer bowl and crush it. Did you want to do that? We're going to crush it. We're just going to leave it like that.
Just chuck it in.
Yeah.
So you could, if you wanted to make like a shaved ice sort of scenario in your Thermomix, so like a snow cones, you can do that too. Make your syrups from scratch.
Where does the Pimm's go in?
I think you put the bowl on and then weigh that into it. Right, so you're going in there. How much ice is it?
It
Because
says
we might pour the ice into the syrup to cool it down.
250 grams.
Is it on?
We're gonna put it in.
What are we at?
We are at 250. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Right, so just pouring that directly on the fruit, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, in our freezer, we've got sliced onions, we've got sliced courgettes. So we just defrost these and put them over the steamer as we're cooking our curry or rice. We've got a whole lot of bonus veggies just tucked away for when we need them, which is great. Oh, you're gonna need that to weigh.
Oh yeah. That's 7. We weigh more.
So pop the bowl on top, and then I think you weigh your Pimm's and you work it into that.
Okay. Do we know how much? Might be at the beginning.
No, I should tell you on the scales.
Oh, it's in the beginning. Okay. 250 grams of this.
And then all you need to enjoy this recipe is a ladle. So you can get a good scoop of fruit in each cup and a good scoop of the punch. If you're not really a Pimm's and vodka person, just adding some date syrup in here would give you that sweetness, and maybe some sparkling water, just so you get that fizz as well. Or tonic water, soda water. We need lemonade as well.
It's just like, 50 grams sweet. Okay. Oopsie.
So this is soda water. And that's soda water. Okay, we're going to use soda water. Man.
And then orange cup. Okay, so how much soda water?
What does it say? Nothing.
So
So let's just go in with 200 grams. So I'm just adding this to get a bit of fizz because everything's quite
let's pull it out of it.
yeah. All right, so that's all done.
So there you go.
We just give that a little mix around. And we've got a quick summer fruit punch ready to go too. Okay, and our last recipe for the night is going to be our quick cucumber pickle. So I'll just move that out of the way. And there's another bowl.
No, sorry.
So yeah, this would look great with some mint and herbs all through it. So I'll pour some into a glass so you can see what that looks like as well.
Okay, sweet cucumber pickle. This is part of the Thermomix cutter recipe collection. So there is actually a few cutter recipe collections when you get your cutter. So there's quite a few recipes you can find and add, or you can download the whole collection. There's some amazing recipes on there. All right. What is it?
It's just like, here you go, Liani.
All right.
So just show
I'm
us.
scared. I'm scared. Well,
So I'll do one.
I mean, will I try some?
Yes, please. Let them know what it's like. The cucumber is going to add a really nice freshness.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's not too strong as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is you can just
It
keep
needs
topping
a
it
little
up.
bit more bubbles,
Yeah.
but it's delicious. Yum. That's really good. Oh, I love the fruit. Nice fresh fruits.
You got a bit of a snack once you finished your drink. You
Yeah.
can eat all the bits and pieces in there as well.
Right. Set aside 2 sterilized jars, 500 ml. Place in each jar 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds,
Yeah.
1 teaspoon of peppercorns, and a half or a quarter teaspoon of chili flakes.
So for the sake of this, we're just going to put everything in a container anyway. So you can just put them all straight into the machine.
So that's for 1 jar. Right. Place bowl. So mixing bowl. Lid. All right. So bowl here.
This.
And then 3 to 4 cucumbers, small, wash and trim.
Yeah, so we've got those here.
I'm just going to weigh that. Oh, so you already weighed them. Okay.
Should be enough roughly.
Okay.
Yep.
And then salt, set bowl aside. And then put your cutter. Oh, that goes in.
And what side are you wanting? Slicing, obviously.
So we're doing slice 1. So side 1 for slicing, facing up.
Locked and loaded.
All right, place cutter lid position. Right, and you put your cucumber in. 1 minute, speed 4.
So I'm just preloading my container here with all my spices. If you want different spices like cinnamon, star anise, you can go.
Not even 10 seconds. All right, 3 cucumbers done. That's pretty good. I feel like I'm always competing with myself because it's so quick. I'm like, oh, but it's 10 seconds.
Oh wow.
And that looks pretty amazing.
Great. Okay, cool.
Yummy.
So those are going in with our spices.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got that out for you already. Yeah, and I think you don't need to cut in. Oh, is there a red onion? Well, no, we're done.
Transfer sliced cucumber to bowl, remove cutter in the shaft, and then we are doing the water. The 200 grams of water goes in the bowl.
All right, ready?
Yes. So about 200 stuff. Oh, that's all right. It's
Yeah.
a little bit extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 230 grams of apple cider vinegar.
Cool. Just give that a quick shake. So I saw the other day that you can actually make your own balsamic reductions in the machine, which is quite cool because they are quite expensive.
150. Nearly on 200. All right, 220. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, 238.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, 3 teaspoons of sea salt.
Yeah.
And then we just need 1.5 tablespoons of white. I think I've already done that one. Yeah. White sugar. And then it's going to cook it away for us. Put the simmering basket at 100 degrees for 5 minutes. All right, so I'll just grab a simmering basket, chop, and cook away. So I think meanwhile, we'll go to the next step. Beating fats, sliced cucumbers tightly into clear jars, leaving 1.5 centimeter space at the top from the rim on the top of the lid. All right, so I need.
Really cool container because it's got like a little steam release, so you go in and put your hot stuff in there, let the steam come out and then lock it when it's all nice and cold.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But you could use your back sealer as well in this situation, but I've got to put all my cracks and veggies to my menu. Oh well, so we've got a bit of downtime now, so if there's any questions you guys have, feel free to throw them out to us and we'll answer them for you.
No, we should make some custard.
We should make some custard.
What questions have we got?
Yes, we will send the recipes out to you, Yvonne. And also a recording of tonight's demo. So if you guys want to watch it all over again, feel free to rewatch that link. And for those that couldn't make it tonight, we'll be able to send it out to them as well. So yeah, feel free to stay on. Or have you tried slicing rhubarb using the cutter accessory? Yes, we have done rhubarb, Sarah. The best thing to do is line it up through that skinnier side. I'm going to just show it on you. We'll give you a clean one. Give you a clean one. Leonie, you can just hold that closer to the camera. So you can see you've got two go down a bit spaces. So going through that skinnier side there with the rhubarb, it'll just stand up really nice and tall. And that'll be really beautiful for either pickled rhubarb or your rhubarb crumble. And then your thicker side there, if you wanted to do a whole bunch together, you could go slightly through that side. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so what's been your favourite dish you've made with the cutter so far tonight, Leonie?
Well, tonight.
Because you haven't made all of these before.
No, these are the coleslaw is pretty. I mean, I haven't tasted. Can I taste some? And I can tell you.
My partner's going to be quite happy when he comes downstairs from work.
That's pretty good. It's that bread, though.
So a quick tip for those that are trying to get your pestos and flatbreads. Normally a flatbread doesn't have a rising agent in it. This one had yeast. A quick tip to leave your yeast in the fridge. It'll last a lot longer than in the cupboard. You good?
Okay.
I mean, and that would freeze really well, so that you can just pop it in the toaster or pizza press when you wanted to reheat it as well.
I'm gonna try it with it. I just want to do
it. I think we're gonna have to put some custard on in the background, or whip up some cream with a butterfly whisk, because this food is just absolutely great. We'll have to take a picture first, so I'm gonna have to
I'm just getting away.
Stop Leonie.
No, I have to finish this now.
So yeah. How long we got on there?
A minute.
Okay, so 1 more minute. I'd love to know, guys, what's been one thing that you want to go and try and make after today? And if you don't have a consultant helping you at the moment, let us know and we'll be able to put you in touch with someone either in your area or Leonie and I are more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely, love to help you.
It's a crazy amount of food. If anyone is close to Albany and wants to come and try any of this, feel free to send me a message and I'll let you know where we are.
Tomorrow you forget that I put three kids.
Yeah,
no,
take away containers to take them.
You're welcome to come and eat with them. It's amazing that it heats up the pickling.
Yeah, so normally you do a pickling liquid over the stove, you have vinegar going through your house.
Wow.
And it's almost quite contained in the Thermomix there.
Wow.
What was the time?
You learn so much about cooking when you get Thermomix. So if you haven't cooked before, amazing.
So we might do whipped cream or custard with the whoa.
There's no choice in me.
So we're going to do a custard quickly.
To be able to make custard in this machine is pretty amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen the custard. The consistency of it is so beautiful. Custard.
All right. So what's next?
All right. So we put the liquid in to cool slightly. So liquid aside to cool like about 5 minutes.
Go in.
Yeah.
We'll just go in. We're going to break the rules.
The cucumbers. That's pretty hot.
And the trick is not to inhale your pickle when you make it. So we use apple cider vinegar for this recipe. If you wanted to use a white vinegar or a red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, you can. The flavour will just be slightly different. Well done. Those little baby cucumbers that you can get are really good for more of your burger pickle. So, all right, let's check that over there if you're all there. Yeah.
Or do we want to do it in done recipes?
Yeah, and then we'll quickly make a custard for those that are happy to stay on for another 5 minutes. It doesn't take very long. So Leanne is going to search that for us.
Okay.
A quick thing, when you're on Cookie Dough team, I want you to go and check your filters and just double check that you don't have anything preset. So whether that's accessories or the country, have your language in English. If you speak another language, then obviously go and tick the other languages that you understand. But yeah, just by unticking Australia, you're going to really open up the amount of recipes that are available to you on your Thermomix.
All right. It looks like there's a vanilla and there's a plain. I like this one. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's about 10-minute recipe. It's got some lemon, sugar, corn flour, 2 eggs, and milk. So it's a gluten-free one.
Yeah, no more custard in the packet or custard powder recipes.
I think honestly, when you make things from scratch, you realize how much better it tastes than buying things from the supermarket. And honestly, with the Thermomix, it's so easy to make things from scratch as well. Because I don't actually have any extra time, but because it's only 5 minutes. The other day I made a curry and I had to make ginger paste and garlic paste. 5 minutes, done.
Yeah, even your ice cream. Like
Ice
you know,
cream.
you put an ice cream on, freezer, have your dinner, and then
So
get
easy.
food. Right. Okay. What do you need first? Lemon.
All right. So place lemon this and sugar into the mixing bowl and milk for 20 seconds.
So there's our lemon. There's our sugar in there, Leonie. How much sugar do you want?
We'll just go into the recipe. It says to do about 100.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
So are you happy for me to do this dairy free as well?
Oh yeah, whatever.
So we'll do it with coconut milk.
Yeah, let's do it.
And if you don't want to add all the sugar in this recipe, that's an option too.
Well, yeah, it's all right. That's good. It's 60 to 100, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's a sweetness on it. And obviously you can replace sugar with something else as well. Another sweetener if you like doing keto or paleo or anything like that.
Yeah, my partner upstairs uses a bit of a gym junkie, so he'll actually put a scoop of protein powder in there at the start as well.
Okay.
It's a bit more filling. We're going to bed.
So milling is at speed 9. I always like to know what is your favorite recipe on Cookadoo. I'm always trying to find new recipes, so put it down here for me. You've got a favorite recipe you like to make a lot that is hit in the family, especially for a family like for me. Scrape down the sides.
So Yvonne did mashed potatoes with the slicer and it was absolutely easy and yummy. Basically slice the potato, add a little milk and butter and then use the whisk. Oh, fantastic. Was that the mashed potato for 2 recipe? Because I do that quite a lot. It's just really simple and get really, really good results.
All right, 30 grams of corn flour.
Yeah, you can scrape down. So the bowl's a little bit wet.
Oh yeah, because when you mill, it would be
powdery.
the smoke and the powder would come out, and
In my haste, I haven't dried it properly. So
that's all right. Okay,
Cool. And ready to go.
yeah, go for it.
Well,
So it's on 10,
10.
13, we need 30. Oh yeah, nearly there, 23. Yeah, 40. Perfect. All right, 2 eggs.
Yep, good to go.
All right, 500 grams of milk. So we're gonna do coconut milk.
So our house is mostly dairy free. I mean, I'll eat cheese, but
And
I'll
gluten-free?
suffer it and gluten free. But saying that, I'll still make stuff for our family to eat because they don't all have to suffer just because I can't really handle it. You got enough?
484. I need 500. So nearly. A little bit more. Let's see.
So we are using pre-bought coconut milk, but you can make your coconut milk and your almond milk all in your Thermomix too. The good thing with making your almond milk is you've got that pulp once you've strained it off and you can turn it into blissful.
Oh yeah, it's good. Another great lunch option. Or snack. With strawberries sliced up.
Right, so how long is that? 7 minutes. So if you guys want to stick around and see the custard, all good. If you're ready to sign off, then lovely having you all on tonight.
Yeah.
Put up a recipe, an email with all the recipes included with a link to Liani and my socials. But we'll see you guys at the next virtual event and see you later.
Thanks for coming along, guys. It's great having you. See you next time.
Right, so the camera's still rolling. So just keep it in mind.
I will have another piece of bread.
Yeah,
It's so good.
we've got a whole other bread no doubt. Hubby will come down and be like, "Where's my dinner?"
Oh.
But where's the meat? We haven't done any meat tonight. So if we'd steamed chicken breast or something, it'd be over the moon.
Always doable.
Can't believe how many dishes we got through tonight. So we've managed to do a coleslaw, a drink, a veggie bake, some appetite, a pickle, and now custard, mayonnaise, all in this little machine here.
This is really good.
Thanks, guys. Oh. It's not loving it.
Tomorrow, so you just put the water on and that goes in the fridge.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah, we'll take a photo before I put it in, but yeah, you can literally put the lid on now, hot, and tuck it in.
Yeah.
So, but you can use the vacuum sealer at the same sort of thing. For it.
Gonna help with the dishes?
And I'm entertaining how long the chef is.
3.5 minutes.
We've got some extra potatoes here as well. So what we'll end up doing with those is probably crisping them up in the oven for potato chips, or I'll just put them in a vacuum bag for another potato bake another day.
Sounds like it's changing now. It's been thickening.
Yeah.
How do you find if you replace it with the coconut milk, the consistency?
It's a lot creamier.
Oh,
The taste is like more silky.
okay.
On the bottom of this recipe, you've got little tips if you want a slightly runnier custard or a vanilla custard or whatever, and how to change that on there as well.
Okay. A lot of good pasta. It's hard to find a good pasta in the supermarket.
I used to buy the, when I wasn't making it, making the, it's like Anchor, the pourable custard. Like we got brought up on the custard powder as kids, but it's just like and lumpy and
in South Africa as well, like there's actually really good custard in South Africa, but I haven't been able to find one in New Zealand. But what I found was like I tried to go for the sugar-free options with the kids.
Yeah.
But they are they're absolutely disgusting. Doesn't even taste like this. Ready to go.
I had to rearrange my French acronym. Like, where's this very good? What's that? That's the mayonnaise one. Yeah. Right, and the custard's another recipe where you can literally change that flavor as well. I'm putting some cocoa powder in there, but chocolate custard.
Oh yeah, chocolate custard.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Super easy.
Yum. What are they called? Chocolate custard again? Wasn't it called? Something? Yummy guys, look at that. Oh, yummy. I don't know if you can see it.
Well, yeah, put it in the oven. Oh, that's so silky smooth.
Look at that. Bring this way.
So that's going to go on top of our beautiful apple tart from tonight.
Yum. Okay.
And I think that's us all cooked out for one night. So if you guys are still on, thank you so much.
Yummy.
We will see you at the next virtual. Keep looking at the wrong camera. Have the best night ever, and please go try some of these recipes too.
Yay. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See you online. Bye.